So our ambition is to be our client's lead business partner. And that is because we think media is their most important element of their whole marketing mix, but also their whole business mix. Our clients' brand reputations go up and down the barometer and the stock market of Google and Facebook and Twitter and all different areas of business. And we control that. In the same way, we work with them, whether it's Shelf Wobblers in Walmart, whether it is 20th Century Fox, anything that touches a medium, we control. Because of our conviction that everything begins and ends in media, we think, ergo, that we are a client's lead business partner, because we can create new revenue streams, we can create new platforms, we can create new communities, new ways of working, new partnerships that will ultimately drive their business. And we drive their business through an adaptive approach. That means being flexible, by looking at their budget, by being an holistic partner in everything that we do, that allows us to mirror their ambitions, but also take their ambitions one step further in terms of creating new revenue streams and even new products that they haven't thought about that we can create in new areas. So our view in the 21st century is that the first call that a client should make for any business problem, but certainly any marketing problem, is to Mindshare, because we have a conduit in not only to the portal of WPP, but also to all media owners and all vendors and everything that carries a message. And therefore, we are their most important business partner, and we are the people who can drive their growth. Now, if we're going to do that, we have to have a certain point of view, a certain attitude, a certain thing that stems from Mindshare's culture. There was a book, I think, From Great to Good, that said that you can't invent your company's DNA, you have to discover it. And Mindshare certainly discovered it when we launched, through the period of launching the company through to now, that we are a startup, that we're entrepreneurial, that we're global, that we're a network, all the things that you know about Mindshare's history. But what underpins that are really three core values of speed, provocation, and teamwork. All are equally important. Speed is particularly close to my heart. I think all our problems stem from inaction, from sitting on things that you know intuitively in your gut are wrong. You kind of know when somebody's wrong on a piece of business, you know when a client relationship is going wrong, you know when you're not acting quickly enough. We have to commit as a global company to respond to each other within 12 hours, at least. The longest you're going to be on a plane or in transit is 12 hours. That's your longest excuse. You should know the answer and you get back to your colleagues. One stall, one cog in the wheel, one element of the team that does not respond quickly delays the whole company. So, yes, it's about real time, and it's about working in new and interesting and adaptive ways, and yes, it's about being a global network 24/7 that spans across the world in different time zones. But ultimately, it's about your duty to your Mindshare family and your friends and your colleagues to not let people down, to remove things and replace things and act on problems as you see them, because everyone knows where there's an issue, and if you don't act on it quickly enough, it festers. And to respond to your colleagues, to keep the networks running, to keep it quick, to anticipate client problems, to jump on issues, and to replace problems where they arise. It's all about speed. Our business is all about speed. What we have to underpin, though, that is a certain amount of provocation, because media can be the most boring job in the world, if you let it be, if it's about Excel spreadsheets and competitive reporting, or it can be the most exciting if it's about 20th Century Fox and everything that carries a message and about content development and creating new things, because ultimately our business is about the creation of new things and having fun doing it, not about a slavish reporting of numbers and facts and figures and decimal points. So we have to remember that we are in the sexiest bit of the marketing business, and we are creating new products for our clients. And what clients always want from us is to be challenged. Whenever there's an issue or a pitch we get into with a client, what they often first say is, you did not challenge us enough, where was the interesting stuff? You know, you've allowed yourself to become a commodity, commodities can be easily replaced. And the great thing recently is quite a few pitches we've done recently, there's been clear water between us and the competition, making the conversation about pricing much easier. And that goes back to, I think, when we first started the company, there was a clear difference between us and the competition. And I think through adaptive marketing and through our philosophy of everything beginning in Indian media, then we are again creating clear blue water in terms of our approach, the tools that we back it up with, and the competition. But that only works if we provoke, we challenge, we have fun, we create new things, we do things that are interesting, we're generous with our time, and we believe that media is interesting, not 120 PowerPoint slides of decimal points. So it has to be absolutely about provocation. And then finally, it's about teamwork. About integration, about working together. Clearly it has to be about that because no one person can master what is a very complicated world. Now it's always been about that, which is why Mindshare was called Mindshare in the first place. It was about being open source before open source was invented. But it's about a family. Your first family, your actual family comes first, but your Mindshare family comes after that. And it's about working together as a team across borders, in offices, which is why all our offices are open plan, and working together to create the right solution. Now that could be the Dutch total football analogy or whatever you want to use. But if there's an art to our business, the art is creating the right team and the right balance for the right client. Understanding the solution, creating the right team, drawing that team together and coming up with provocative, interesting, distinctive and new solutions. That's what we do. So it's about being a lead business partner, because everything begins and ends in media, and driving that through an original approach underpinned by adaptive marketing. With 3 core values: speed, not letting your colleagues down, jumping on problems; provocation, having fun, creating new things, doing interesting stuff with media, because it's the most exciting job to be in, and believing that and making that real and making your clients believe that that is real. And finally, about teamwork, about working together with your smaller and your larger Mindshare family as one team to deliver great results. That's what I think we're about, and that's the simplicity of this proposition.